Once I selected the problem that I wanted to address, which was related to homophobia and heteronormativity, I began to become more involved in the queer community so that I could look for a more specific problem to address. So I was at one event for queer youth, and a girl was talking about how she really wished that there was a story about a knight rescuing a princess, but where the knight was a woman too. And that's the moment where I really clicked for me and realized the power of storytelling on our culture and on our society. And that's when I realized that I wanted to focus on storytelling and create a queer literary magazine to address my issue. I chose a digital platform for my project because I thought that that could have the greatest impact. Because in the queer community, often anonymity is important. People don't want to be out. And so by creating this digital platform where people could remain anonymous, it allowed people to reach out to the magazine and interact with the magazine in a way that was safe for them and also logistically easier for me because I didn't have to physically transport myself and all my materials to the people who I was impacting. And I find that a lot of successful Gold Award projects are the creation of a resource that can be spread throughout and used by many people, whether it's accessed on the internet or can be sent through the mail, so that way you can have an impact beyond just your local community and have a greater impact in the United States and also in the rest of the world.
If you're deciding between two different options, it's really good to be able to list out the pros and cons of each and be able to weigh out, oh, maybe this one might be better for what I am doing. I knew that I really wanted to tackle the gender gap in technology because of my personal experience with the gender gap. So I decided to take the approach of educating the under-resourced girls in my local community through robotics, and also by educating their families through presentations, family events, and expos.
Find something that you're really passionate about, that you really, really care about, and then find something that there are resources available for you to use and just merge those two together.
Because I had this idea that I wanted to write a play, but I didn't know what it was going to be about, or I knew why I wanted it to deal with my Korea background, but I didn't know, how it was going to do that. And so it was a lot of me going out and talking to people. It's really important, I think, to get feedback from people in your community, people to tell you, well, here's something that I think that you can do, or here's something that I would like to be seen done, and kind of combining those things into one project.
Well, I worked with a few people at my school, the faculty at my school, to help me kind of figure out what was realistic for I was working with little kids, and so I had to figure out what was best for them and what their attention span could hold. And what was going to be the most intriguing for them and help them learn the best.
Yes, it's important to have a really widespread impact with your Gold Award, but it's important that you start locally and you really hone in on the impact that you want to have in your community. And once you do that, you can start reaching out to outside organizations and communities to get involved with your project.